Hello everyone, hi, nice to see you guys again. How are you? We are so glad that you are here. Welcome back to the Carlisle Network Youth Church YouTube page. Every time I say that I feel like I miss a word out or I get confused, but I feel like that was it. Maybe, we'll see. My name is Ruth and I am the youth worker at St James's Church, and I'm really excited to be working with everyone here and talking about everyone's least favourite subject, back to school. Whether you like it or not, this 5-6 months of lockdown has come to an end, which means that you have to go back to school. I don't know, maybe you are thrilled to be going back to school, and maybe you are dreading it a little bit, and probably somewhere in between, I imagine. But I'm here, I'm going to talk a little bit about one of my back to school experiences that was weird, like yours will be weird. And yeah, I've got a few hopefully helpful tips, we will see. So let's start, shall we? Let's dive right in. My setup right now is so precocious, right? I've overturned my bin, my rubbish is here on the floor, and then there's a youth Bible, there's the book A Suitable Boy, which has been on TV recently, and I haven't watched it and I haven't read it, but I want to. But it's like this, no joke, let me see, that thick. And then we have Harry Potter Harry Potter 6, Harry Potter 7, and then 2 makeup palettes and a tripod, and then my phone. If I had my phone here, I could take a picture, but I can't. I was using like a proper camera and I just could not deal with the technology. So this is it, we're back to basics. So back to school. So this back to school must feel weird to you guys, and a lot of you will be going to new schools or going to college or sixth form, and that is really crazy because it's like you've had time to prepare, but also it's come up really fast, I feel like. Or you might just be going to like another year, or you will be going into another year, probably. And even though it's not a change, it kind of is, because you're so used to being at home all the time. So I just wanted to give you a little bit about one of my experiences going back to school. So when I was 16, how many times have I said so? Maybe I've done a so counter. No, I'm not one of those YouTubers. One of my back to school experiences was quite a difficult one and quite a different one from what everyone else was going through, and I thought I would share it with you and then share some of the things that taught me in a bid. Maybe they'll help you, maybe they won't, but maybe you'll find this story entertaining. When I was 16, I had to have surgery on my back, which meant I had to be out of action for about 2 months, maybe more 3 months. I had it in August, which meant that I couldn't go back to school in September with all my friends, and that sucked. That was so difficult for me because all my friends were on the group chats on the first day.
This is my form teacher, what class are you in? Oh, I saw you with this person, did you see what they were wearing?
Things like that, and that was really difficult for me to watch, knowing that I couldn't go back with them, because that was really sad, and I really struggled actually. I was so upset and so bored, but I was just not healthy enough to go back to school yet, which, you know, is fine. You've got to put your health first, which is clearly what we've all been doing for months. So as you can imagine, me going back to school was a huge deal in my head. I had plans. I knew exactly, I was like, I'm going to sit with these people at lunch, I'm going to have the best time, it's going to be amazing. And I built it and built it and built it up in my head. But clearly it just wasn't like that at all. And the reality was that I was still not very well. So, you know, I still had to only go for a half day and maybe do 2 afternoons a week. I was still trying to catch up on all my works. And I remember sat in a class, and it must be my only second class back. I'd not been there. I think I'd been there once. And I had a teacher who did a quiz at the beginning of every lesson, and you had to answer the question if he picked on you, and he wouldn't let you get away with, I don't know, a wrong answer. He would wait until you got the right answer. And I remember that everyone else had been back for ages and they'd learned so much, and I was trying to learn so much with them, and he picked on me for a question, and it was economics, so I've never ever studied this before, and I didn't know the answer, and I was like, I'm so sorry, I can't tell you what the answer is. And he was like, no, you've got it, I believe that you can. And it must have been honestly like a solid 5 minutes in an hour class, like it was a big chunk of the class, and he was like, come on Ruth, what's the answer? I'm like, I literally do not have a clue. And the person who sat next to me wrote it down on his pad of paper and gave me the answer, and I cheated. And yeah, don't cheat, but in that situation it was really embarrassing for me, so maybe I should have cheated, I don't know. after a while, once I'd recovered, I'd built up my energy and my strength, and I went back to school full time by Christmas, and I was fine and it made no difference. But I just wanted to share that story with you because I feel like I know what it's like to build up going back to school, and I know what it's like with it being different to like it normally is. And it might not be the great reunion with your friends that you like, or it might not be the big everything you need it to be. And I just wanted to let you know that it's okay, and it's okay to be sad that it won't be the same as normal, and it's okay to miss being at home even though you might be really excited to go back. You know, any emotion that you guys feel about this, you are so valid to that. Like, that is okay, and we're here for you, and the church is here for you, and you know, you've got this. Take care of yourself physically. I don't know if this sounds obvious, but this is something that I do struggle, even nowadays I sometimes struggle. But what I mean by that is drink water during the day, get enough sleep, eat healthy, like make good decisions, eat a salad, eat fruit, and just, you know, it's going to be quite a big physical toll on you guys going back. And I know that when I've been going back to work gradually, sometimes it feels like a big toll on me because I'm just not used to doing that much in one day. Normally one day, a busy day was like finishing a Netflix series and moving on to another. But you know, you gotta get back into it, jump in head first. No, you don't jump in head first, jump in feet first. Man, giving bad advice. The second one is take care of yourself emotionally. This is going to be pretty rough, and sometimes you can feel anxious about this kind of thing, and being in a large crowd of people during a pandemic is stressful. So let yourself feel those emotions, and I have a couple of tips of ways that I find that really calm me down if I'm getting nervous or anxious feelings. So number one, and this is going to sound really stupid, I like to sing in my head, but not just any songs. I don't know if you've ever been in like a choir or any singing group at all and you've done really stupid warm-ups. With a mask on, you can mouth it and no one will know. Tips with Ruth, how not to look like a lunatic when you're in public. And the other thing that I like to do sometimes, if I'm feeling like everything's just getting overwhelming and it's a little bit like I don't know where to go from here, is I like to really ground myself in the situation that I'm in. And what I mean by that is I just try and experience all my senses. Does that make sense? I don't know if it does, but what I mean is maybe you can pick out 5 things around you that you can see, and then you can go down. So you could say, maybe I'm going to find 4 things that I can hear, and you go down and go down until you've gone through all your senses. And for me, that just gives me time to sort of ground myself and be where I am. Does that make sense? I hope that helps. There's like lots of tips like that online, like just, oh, I hate being like the hippy dippy, but mindfulness is really important. And when you're going through something that could be a bit stressful or you don't really know what to expect, I hope that would help. And my last tip, and you're probably wondering when I'm going to bring this up, because in case you haven't realised, this is a church and a church youth group, but remember that God is with you. And I know that sometimes it's really difficult to remember that, but God is with you when you go to school. God is with you when you do anything. And sometimes you just need that reminder in your life. So I like to, because I know when I'm stressed or anxious, it is like not what I think about, but maybe you could find a way to think about it. I will write my favourite verse on my wrist. And I won't write like the whole verse out, I'll just write sort of the numbers. So my favourite Bible verse is Isaiah 43 verse 2, which is when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And I love that verse first of all, because it literally is saying God is with you when life is a bit rubbish and you feel a bit like you're drowning. God is still there. I'll just write 43:2 on my hand, and people don't ask what it is, but you don't even have to tell them what it is if they ask, like this is your business. So just writing those numbers on my hand, I look at it and I'm like, oh yes, that means when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. Best of luck of going back to school. I know that it might feel a bit weird, but you're gonna get through it and you're gonna do amazing and smash it. And if you've got A-level or GCSE results, congratulations. I know that this has been really stressful and you guys have been in the news a lot, but whatever happened on results day and whatever happened after results day, you did that, and no one can take that away from you, because you crushed it and you got through all the stress and the upheaval and you still managed to get out of the other side. And I hope that that's something that you remember and you hold on to, even if you're not happy with your results, but I'm sure you did great. So yeah, that is everything. Thank you for watching, and someone will see you next week for something new. See you later. That was lame.